Hey guys, Fantastic Mr. S here again, and you're watching Dangerously Rockin' Reviews! I know I haven't been doing a lot of metal songs lately, but this year I'm going to try to do some more. Starting, of course, with the very first Metallica song I ever remember listening to. Enter Sandman, it's called. If you're a Metallica fan like I am, you'll know that these guys started out as being one of the big four in 80s thrash metal, alongside Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. But then came the 90s when they took their sound in a more commercial direction. And their Black album, that was what made these guys into heavy metal superstars. But it also pissed off a lot of their existing fan base at the time for abandoning its thrash metal roots.
Yeah, they've got too big. They used to be one of us.
But me, I'm not complaining, because Enter Sandman's got a lot of positives, as does the rest of the Black album for that matter. For example, its production is amazing. I dare even say it's an improvement over their previous albums, especially the drums. They actually sound heavy, like drums on a heavy metal record should. I mean, the drums on their first four albums sounded good, and definitely matched the rest of the sound, but I didn't feel like they were allowed to really cut through the guitars and send shivers down my spine. But here, the drum production's improved drastically. Especially at the beginning of the song where it builds up from the opening riff. When Lars Ulrich beat the living hell out of one of the cymbals, you felt like he was beating the living hell out of that cymbal. By the way, I love the build up in this song. It starts off kind of mellow, but then it gets heavier as it goes along. In a way, it just makes it much more intimidating. And the guitar solo is pretty good too. It's not one of my favorites, but what makes this one stand out is that it's played over both the verse and chorus melodies. That was unheard of at the time, because, you know, most guitar solos either go off on their own tangent or play over only one of the existing melodies. But not this one. And it hasn't really been done since either. Except of course for that other Metallica song called King Nothing. But that's another review. And then we've got the lyrics. On the surface though, some of them are kind of goofy, especially for a metal song. Don't believe me? Just take a listen to some of these words.
Say your prayers and so on. Don't forget my son to include everyone. Off to never, never land.
Yeah, pretty silly, don't you think? But deep down, they deal with some pretty disturbing subject matter. Yes, it's about a child being afraid to go to sleep because of all them night terrors. But it doesn't stop there. There's some lines in the song that actually suggest the kid possibly dying in his sleep.
If I die before I wake,
If I die before I
pray
wake,
the Lord my soul to take.
pray the Lord my soul to take.
Remember folks, this got played on the radio. But you know what? It's all done really well. And that has a lot to do with its dark tone, its heaviness, just be thankful they kept that part of their sound intact. And of course, James Hetfield's vocal delivery. I forgot to mention, Hetfield's voice has matured quite a bit since the 80s. So what if Metallica's Enter Sandman isn't fast or thrashy like their first four albums? Big deal. It doesn't need to be. I mean, this was the song that not only gave me my first ever exposure to Metallica, but also gave me a better understanding of what heavy metal sounds like. Besides, they're not the first metal band to make slower songs. It's not even the first time they've decreased the speed of their sound. You Metallica purists can hate on the song all you want. But me, I really enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, it may not be as good as their pre-Black album stuff, at least that we can all agree on, but still holds up in its own right. And as long as it still sounds like a Metallica song, which I think it does, that's all that matters. In fact, I think the band made the right decision to change their sound when they did. But don't take it from me, take it from Lars here.
It was what we needed to do for our own sanity, because if we had made Injustice for All Part 2, then that would have been the sellout, I'm telling you.
Thank you! This is a win. Win! I'm the Fantastic Mr. S, and you're watching Dangerously Rockin' Reviews.